bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Before we get started, could I have counsel for the public defender and counsel for the state attorney identify themselves to the record, please?
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Brenda Eugene on behalf of the State Attorney's Office.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Theodore Leal, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has not been sworn yet, Your Honor.
Okay, let's swear in interpreter, please.
Yes, I do. Theodore Leal, certified court interpreter.
All right, good morning, sir. State your name, please.
Alexander Rivera Radel.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for failing to appear for court. 2021 CF 8295. Public defender previously appointed. Bond is set at $1,500. Good luck, sir. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Rafael M. Mirabal.
Rafael M. Mirabal.
M. Mirabal, sí.
M. Mirabal, yes.
Ajá.
Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for battery on a person 65 years of age or older, and a second count of misdemeanor battery.
Eso fue una trampa, porque
Well,
yo,
Hold on, before you say anything, understand you have the absolute right to remain silent. Today is not, it's not the trial. In fact, you haven't been formally charged yet. So today, I'm simply telling you what you were arrested for. Some people wake up in jail, they don't know why they were arrested. I'm just telling you what you were arrested for. We're going to set a bond and conditions of bond. The first question is, do you want me to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I've got the PD forms.
pues,
Okay.
sí,
I will appoint the Office of the Public Defender. State, do you have a position on bond? Defense, do you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, he was not, does he qualify for pretrial? I don't have his history. Okay. No, Your Honor. I just ask that you take into consideration that he is on Social Security income.
All right, I'm going to set the bond on the first count after reviewing the charging affidavit at $1,000 on the first count, $150 on the second. I'm going to order that you have no contact with your ex-wife, San Juana Garcia Maribel, and that you maintain a separate residence from her. So if she's still living at that 5943 Lake Street Drive, you're going to have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone. You're not to have contact with her, not to possess any weapons or firearms. All right, good luck, sir.
Your Honor, can I ask for no drugs, no alcohol?
Okay. I didn't know if that was mentioned in the affidavit. I'll also order that you not consume any drugs or alcohol. Good luck. Okay, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
We'll waive the appearance, and then your office can do what they need to do. Okay.
I would ask that you set a bond, Your Honor.
Okay. State have a position on bond on Roney.
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
I would just ask for a $500 bond, Your Honor.
Okay. He's gonna have a problem. Okay. I'll set the bond. He's currently out on ROR on another, it's an unrelated misdemeanor trespass.
Okay.
So I'm going to set the bond at $1,000, order no alcohol, no contact with the victim, maintain separate residence, return once with law enforcement escorting him. I'll take no action on the out on bond. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Juan Hernández Esteban.
Sir, you're here, you were arrested on a Lee County warrant for failing to appear for court. Looks like no valid driver's license case from 2016. The bond is set at $10,200. All right, if you're able to, you can post bond here in Orange County to be released. Otherwise, they're going to contact Lee County. They'll come get you within 72 hours. Good luck, sir. Okay. And the last felony. Yes. All right. Mr. Interpreter, we have one left, but it's we're just going to do it out loud. The victim in the box is going to give some testimony. Good morning, sir.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Could you state your name, please?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Puede dar su nombre y apellido?
Sí, Guadalupe Zamora.
Es Guadalupe Zamora.
Mr. Zamora, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for the offense of aggravated child abuse.
Señor, usted está aquí por una comparecencia inicial acusado de abuso infantil.
I will appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Voy a designar la oficina de la Defensoría Pública para que lo represente.
And we have a witness. We're going to swear her in.
Hay una testigo aquí, lo vamos a juramentar.
Raise your right hand.
Entra mano derecha.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad con la ayuda de Dios.
Sí, así será.
Yes, that'll be so.
Please state your name for the record.
Diga su nombre para que conste en las actas, señora.
Marilyn Barreto.
Marilyn Barreto.
Okay, what's your relationship to Mr. Zamora?
¿Qué relación tiene usted con el señor Zamora?
La novia.
Girlfriend.
All right, in this case, I see that the listed victim is his daughter, Jasmine.
Creo que la víctima que aparece aquí en el documento es la hija Jasmine.
Sí, así es.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, is she present today?
¿Y ella está presente aquí el día de hoy?
No, desde ayer ella no está en la casa.
No, she's not in, she hasn't been in the house since yesterday.
All right. Is there anything, understanding today is not a trial, is there anything that you want to say about this matter?
Entendiendo que el juicio no es hoy, ¿hay algo que usted quiera decir al respecto de esta causa?
Sí, claro que sí.
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay, and what is that?
Ok.
¿Y qué es lo que quiere decir?
Ajá, en ningún momento él abusó de su hija, la que lo agredió fue ella a él, y él solamente la detuvo con sus manos, nada más. pero ella se puso histérica, le habla malo y es bien irrespetuosa con su papá.
Yes, at no time did he ever abuse her. She was the one that committed the aggression against him. The only thing he did was to just stop the aggression with his hands. She was hysteric. She was saying nasty things, and she had no respect for him whatsoever.
Does the defense have any questions for witness?
No questions, Your Honor.
¿Tiene alguna pregunta para la testigo? No, no hay preguntas para la testigo de la defensa.
Does the state have any questions?
¿La fiscalía?
Good morning.
Bueno, buenos días.
You mentioned the daughter is no longer living in the house?
Usted mencionó que ya la hija suya ya no está viviendo en la casa.
No, ella vive en la casa que se fue ayer desde que metieron al papá preso, no llegó a la casa y ella es menor de edad y no llegó porque él no estaba.
Oh, well, she lives at the house, but yesterday, since her dad was arrested, she didn't come back home as he wasn't home, and she is a minor.
Do you know where she is?
¿Y usted sabe en dónde está ella?
No sé, ella llamó afuera, la observé, llamó a unos amigos, la recogieron y se fue con 3 amigas.
No, well, no, I don't know. I mean, I saw her that she was outside calling some friends, and 3 friends, 3 girlfriends came, and she left with them.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
No tengo más preguntas, su señoría.
Does the state have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
¿Fiscalía algo en cuanto a fianza? No, su señoría.
Defense?
Your Honor, I just-
¿Defensa?
Sorry. Your Honor, I just ask that you take into consideration the testimony given here today as well as it matches with what was said in the arrest affidavit when setting bond. I can't see a history on my sheet, so I would just ask that you take into consideration those things.
Yo lo que pido es que su señoría tome en cuenta las circunstancias, que estas circunstancias cuadran con el testimonio que tenemos, que se le podría otorgar fianza y que además yo no veo que él tenga aquí ningún tipo de antecedente o historial.
All right, I'm going to set, after reviewing the affidavit and the witness testimony and looking at the priors are old. I'll set the bond at $1,000. I am going to order Mr. Zamora have no contact with his daughter Jasmine, and that he maintain a separate residence from her. It looks like the Department of Children and Families was contacted. I don't know anything more than that. He's going to have to maintain a separate residence, so at this time, he's going to have to live separately. He can't live in the River Cove Avenue address, because right now, as far as we know, that's where she's residing. If that changes, obviously, I've appointed the public defender, and they can file the motion with the appropriate judge to change conditions. So at this time, maintain a separate residence. He can return one time with law enforcement to get personal belongings, but otherwise he's to have no contact with his daughter and needs to reside separately, possess no weapons or firearms.
Your Honor.
Entonces, one moment, please. Entonces lo que voy a hacer es que voy a otorgarle una fianza después de haber revisado el historial y también haber escuchado el testimonio. Parece que los antecedentes son de hace mucho tiempo ya. Le voy a otorgar una fianza para que salga bajo fianza de $1,000. Al señor Zamora le ordeno que no tenga ningún contacto con su hija Jasmine, que tenga una residencia separada de la residencia donde ella está. Al parecer ya el Departamento de Niños y Familia fue contactado, pero yo no sé más nada de eso. Solo le pido que tenga residencia por separado, la residencia en River Cove Avenue, porque oficialmente ella vive ahí hasta donde sabemos. Si hay algún cambio y ella cambia de domicilio, bien puede entonces el abogado público que le ha sido designado interponer una petición a su favor con el juez que va a estar presidiendo su causa, si hay algún cambio. De momento, tiene que tener residencias por separados y puede ir una sola vez a la residencia escoltado por un oficial de la policía para recoger sus pertenencias pero no puede tener ningún contacto con su hija Jasmine y mantener la residencia por separado.
¿Puedo hablar?
May I say something?
At this time, this hearing is concluded. Thank you.
A esta altura ya la audiencia concluyó. Gracias.
Ok.
Your Honor,
Yes.
with regard to DCF, the court will generally order that the defendant has to comply with any DCF plan.
Yeah, I don't know that the DCF is going to do anything. So at this point, I'm just going to order no contact, and that's something that'll be handled through DCF. Okay. That's all we have. I think that's all our Spanish interpreters. Thank you very much.
Quite welcome, Your Honor.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Eric Carrillo.
Mr. Carrillo, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a petty, you've been charged with, arrested for petty theft with 2 prior convictions. This was reset for lack of probable cause. Does the state have anything additional to supplement?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I've reviewed the charging affidavit, and the allegation is that there was a car pulled over, and there were items in the back seat that the allegation is that the defendant admitted that he had stolen some of the things from Burlington Coat Factory. Follow-up investigation a couple weeks later, went in and talked to somebody, and I don't know that it was, I think I agree that there's not sufficient probable cause. We don't have for example, there's no photo lineup for any event. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ROR him on this case. Okay, understand, Mr. Carrillo? They can still, if they decide, they can still charge, but at this point, you're going to be released without having to post a bond. Okay?
Jimmy Lorgett is mental health, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender.
Your Honor, I will waive the appearance. He has been deemed incompetent by the court to proceed, and he does not meet the requirements of commitment.
Yeah.
So I would ask for an ROR in the trespass case, and that he registers with e-notify so he can get his court dates sent to his phone.
Okay, and I'll take no action on the other, he's got another, he's out on ROR on another, I've had him before, I know he's actually on a couple. So we'll ROR him on this.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. There's no action otherwise. Morning, sir, your name, please?
David Miracle.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You were arrested for failing to appear on a charge of no motor vehicle registration. Let's see. Failed to appear for arraignment.
I never got the mail sent to my correct mailing address.
Okay. Does he qualify for pretrial release?
No, Your Honor, he doesn't.
Okay. All right, I'll reduce the bond to $100. They're going to give you another court date when
Your Honor, is this going to your courtroom?
this is Judge Gibson, I believe. Well, I don't know, maybe.
It is.
Did she give permission to change the bond amount, Your Honor?
Give me a second.
That I don't mind.
Okay.
I'd go with an adjudication, credit time served.
Yeah, the mail was not, it was returned, not delivered. So I'm gonna reduce the bond to $100.
Your Honor, there's also an offer from the state of an adjudication credit time served.
Okay.
He would like to resolve the case today.
Okay. All right, so in lieu of posting a bond, Mr. Miracle, if you want to resolve it today with a plea of guilty or no contest, you'd be adjudicated guilty, be given credit for the
4 days.
4 days in jail, plus costs, and I'd give you time to get the costs paid. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I believe she's going over a plea form.
Miracle. Oh, so, Mr. Miracle would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, to that charge of no motor vehicle registration, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I'll accept no contest. We adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 4 days you served in jail, impose the costs. I'll give you 350 days. 350 days to get the court costs paid. Okay, if you don't pay the cost, they'll suspend your license or your ability to get a license. You'll never be able to get one until you get it squared away, okay?
Sir.
All right, you got 30 days to appeal.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. This is Janice Lambert for the drug court office. She is a drug court case. She signed, but she that issued the habeas, so she did not report.
Okay, this is a hiccup because he's also out on bond. Well, let's see what's going on with that case.
At the PRC, correct.
Okay, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. I am going to revoke the bond in 2022 MM 114AO. He's got the public defender already in that case. And he's got a pretrial conference coming up in about a week and a half in that case. It's a battery.
Your Honor, what are you
And the-
doing with regard to the new law case?
On the new law case, I'll set the bond at $1,000.
Any conditions?
No contact with the victim. Abide by the injunction. 1,000. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name's Matthew Gorin.
Mr. Gorin, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery and also an aggravated assault.
Correct.
Okay. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. State, do you wish to be heard with regards to bond?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Okay. Does the defense?
Your Honor, I would ask for pretrial release. He does qualify.
Without the victims here, I'm not gonna agree to pretrial release. I will set the bond at 150 on count one and 1,000 on count two. Order that you have no contact with Marlon Suarez, that you maintain a separate residence from him. So if he's still living at the White Feather Loop address in Oakland, you're going to have to live somewhere else. You can go back one time, but you have to be escorted by law enforcement. Not to go back alone, not to have contact with him. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms, drugs or alcohol.
Understood.
All right? All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Miranda Hardy.
Ms. Hardy, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for battery. It's domestic related. And is Mr. Holland in the back?
There are no witnesses. Oh,
He was arrested too.
yeah, sorry.
Yes, that's their mutual combatants, for lack of a better description. We'll go ahead and pull up Mr. Holland and we'll do him also here. All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Dustin Holland.
All right. All right, so we'll start with Ms. Hardy. Ms. Hardy, like I said, you've been arrested for battery. It's domestic related. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Mr. Hardy, Mr. Holland, if Ms. Hardy's released, are you in fear of her?
No, sir.
If she's released, and presuming you get released at some point too, do you want to have contact with her, or do you want her to stay away from you?
Have contact with her.
All right, Miss Hardy, if Mr. Holland, who's also been arrested for a domestic violence battery, if he's released, do you want to have contact with him?
Minimal.
Minimal, okay. And are you in fear of him?
No.
Okay. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender also to you, Mr. Holland, for the offense today. Does the state have a position on bond for either?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense?
Your Honor, Ms. Hardy qualifies for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release in her case.
All right, so Ms. Hardy, I'm going to release you on pretrial release with the condition that, well, we've got a couple. We've got is that PTR for everything?
To my understanding, they qualify her for both cases, yes.
Okay, so you were also arrested for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. So I'll release you on pretrial release on all charges with the condition you have no contact with Mr. Holland. I'm simply going to order no contact, that the two of you maintain a separate residence. You possess no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be subject to random drug testing. And Mr. Holland, okay, I'm going to set your bond at $500. Order you to have no contact with Ms. Hardy, maintain a separate residence, possess no drugs or alcohol, possess no weapons. Okay. All right, good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please? What's your name, please?
John Lopez.
Mr. Mr. Lopez, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You were arrested for battery on a person 65 years of age or older. Does the state have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense?
Your Honor, I just ask that you do take into consideration the facts in this case. It appears the victim was under the influence at the time that the incident occurred. I don't have his history, so I don't know.
He's got some drug history. I'm gonna set the bond at $1,000. I'm gonna order that you have no contact with Joyce Johnson, that you maintain a separate residence from her. If she's residing at that 1617 West Central Boulevard address, you're gonna have to live somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
You can return there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings, but you're not to go back alone. You're not to have contact with her. Consume no drugs or alcohol, possess no weapons. All right, good luck. Morning, your name, please? Mr. Liu, you're here for initial appearance. Okay. Been arrested for tampering with a witness to hinder communication of law enforcement and also a battery. It's domestic related. Okay. At this time, do you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you? Are you going to hire an attorney?
I have an attorney, but.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, does the state have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to set the bond at $1,000 on count one, $150 on count two. I'm going to order you have no contact with, say this right, Jelusa Lasaint. Maintain a separate residence from her. It looks like you got a separate residence. So I don't want you going back to that Alvers Village Apartments where she resides. If you have personal belongings there, you can go back once with law enforcement escorting you. Do not go back alone. Otherwise, no contact whatsoever with her. Possess no weapons or firearms. Consume no alcohol or drugs. Good luck. Morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Good morning, Shantae, right?
Ms. Wright, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to an affidavit for aggravated assault with a motor vehicle, battery, domestic related, destruction of evidence, criminal mischief, and petty theft. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond on the battery.
No, Your Honor. Could you just give me the case number there, please?
It's 22 CF 1763.
Thank you.
Saying that right? That's right, okay.
Your Honor, I don't have a history, so I'm not sure. So I just ask that you take that into consideration when setting the bond.
Okay. Well, bond pursuant to the felony warrant is $5,000 on count one. Count two, I'll set at $150. Count three, it's set at $1,000. Count four at $1,500, and count five at $500. So I've appointed the Office of the Public Defender. They can file the appropriate motion to have bond reduced. In addition, I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim, Kinsey Varnador, or Shaina Grace, and that you not return to the scene, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol or drugs. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Morning, sir, your name, please?
Timothy Blockberger.
Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. This is domestic related. Okay. No. At this time, you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I plan on hiring my own.
State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the affidavit. I'm going to set bond at $500. I'm going to order you have no contact with Destiny Alice Jean Ryan, that you maintain a separate residence from her. Order that you not return to 8505 West Earlo Bronson Memorial Highway. Looks like that's to the room 2401. If you have personal belongings there, you can return one time, but you have to be escorted by law enforcement to get the personal belongings. Do not go back there alone. Have no contact with her, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol or drugs. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Andrew Cologne is mental health, Your Honor.
Mr. Cologne, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
State, you have a position on
No, Your Honor.
defense, you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set the bond at $500. I've reviewed the affidavit. Order no contact with Matthew Cologne, maintain separate residence, and return one time with law enforcement to get personal belongings. No alcohol or drugs, no weapons. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Peter De Silva.
Mr. De Silva, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I've reviewed the affidavit. I'll set the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Bruna Mello, that you maintain a separate residence from her. Okay. If you have personal belongings where she's residing, you can return there once with law enforcement escorting you to get the personal belongings. Don't go back alone. Don't have contact with her. Consume no alcohol or drugs. Possess no weapons or firearms. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Richard Furman.
Mr. Furman, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. At this time, do you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, or are you going to hire an attorney? Okay. All right. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Jessica Yvette Furman, looks like your ex-wife, that you maintain a separate residence from her. Okay, it looks like you're living separate anyways. Okay, so no contact, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol or drugs. Good luck. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
My name is John Greenbaum.
Mr. Greenbaum, you're here for initial appearance. Do you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I'm probably going to hire an attorney, but I'd like to see if there's something I can do so I can get my possessions. I work from the house.
Okay.
I'm not a violent person. I've
Okay,
never
all right,
had
well,
an issue.
that's what today's about. Okay. So this is an initial appearance. I'll tell you why you were arrested. We're going to set a bond and conditions of release. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I've reviewed the affidavit. I'm gonna set the bond at $500. Order that you have no contact with Sunatha Greenbaum, and that you maintain a separate residence from her. You can return to that address on Amaka Drive, if I'm saying that right. you can return there, but you have to have law enforcement escorting you. Don't go back there alone, but you can go back once to get your personal belongings, whatever you need to get, but you just have to be escorted by law enforcement. You're to possess no weapons or firearms, you're not to consume any alcohol or drugs, and you're not to contact her, okay, directly or indirectly. All right, good luck.
Your Honor,
How long does this period last?
Well, it's going to last until this matter is resolved, unless you end up going in front of, this won't be my case. It'll ultimately, if the state decides to pursue it, it'll probably be in Division 50. It'll be a different judge, and if you have an attorney, or you can file a motion in front of that judge to change conditions of release. Yes,
Your Honor, so is it to get own attorney, or did you appoint the
to
public?
get his own attorney.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Good morning, Brian Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for battery. State, you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Does the defense have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Cicely Nicole Parker, that you maintain a separate residence from her. So if she's residing at that Zeus Court address, you're going to have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Don't go back there alone. Don't consume alcohol, drugs, or possess weapons or firearms. Good luck, sir.
The issue with I believe he does qualify for pretrial release. I understand the victim, and he doesn't? He doesn't?
No, he does.
Okay. The problem is that his debit cards, everything is at the house with the victim, so he's not gonna be able to post the bond because all his cards are there. So I would ask for pretrial release. If he gets the one-time return with law enforcement and the no contact, I think that would be sufficient in this case.
Well, is the pretrial lease is probably going to be based in part on that he would be residing there, unless he's got another stable, I mean, normally pretrial release can require some sort of stable residence. So if I'm ordering no contact with her and she resides at that residence, that's the rub.
Yes, Your Honor. He has somewhere else where he can live. It's just that he can't post the bond because his cards are at the house.
Okay.
When he got arrested.
Okay. Well, I at this point, I'm not going to release him on pretrial release without hearing from her first.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Tina Loomis.
Ms. Loomis, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. Do you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I don't know if I qualify for public defender.
Okay. All right. Info went out. Okay. All right. So at this point, we're just going to consider that you're going to get your own attorney, or I'm not going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender, at least at this point. Does the state have position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Ms. Loomis, I'm gonna set a bond at $500. Conditions of the bond are that you're not to have any contact with Kevin Bararman, that you're to maintain a separate residence from him. So if he's residing, or if y'all were living together, then you've got to live somewhere separate. If you weren't living together, that's fine. Yeah. I'm going to order you to consume no alcohol or drugs, possess no weapons or firearms. Okay? All right, good luck. Morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Veronica Monica Lopez.
Ms. Lopez, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. Do you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case, or are you going to hire an attorney?
The public offender.
You want the public defender?
Public, yes.
Okay. Did you fill out an application for the appointment of the public defender?
No.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and have her step back, and I need you to fill the form out. I know they gave them to you this morning, and
What
so.
happened was, Your Honor, they
Hold on,
stole
hold
my
on, hold on.
phone, and someone stole my phone, and that,
Okay, hold on. Today's not the trial, and if I appointed you the public defender, they would say, don't say anything today about what the facts and circumstances, what did or didn't happen, because today's not the trial.
yes.
Okay, and it's not going to help the cause by saying, because we're not here to, we're not going to resolve it today.
Okay.
So the first stage is getting a lawyer. Okay, if you want me to consider appointing the public defender, I need you to fill out the application for the appointment of the public defender, which is one of the documents they gave you this morning in the back. Okay, so what's your take-home pay per month?
I don't know.
You don't know. Do you not work?
Well, I work in oh, you mean my income?
Yeah, it's exactly what
Well,
I
I
mean.
work at CVS, so I get maybe like almost $300 a week.
Okay, $200 or $300 a week?
Yes,
Okay,
250 to 300 a week.
Okay, you'll qualify. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Isaiah Felder, that you maintain a separate residence from Mr. Felder. If y'all are living together at that Dewey Avenue address, you're going to have to live somewhere else if that's where he's living. Otherwise, you're to have no contact with him. If you have to go back, get personal belongings, I'll let you go once with law enforcement escorting you to get the personal belongings. I'm going to order you not to consume any alcohol or drugs, not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Okay.
Okay? All right, good luck, ma'am. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Warren McKenzie.
Mr. McKenzie, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'm looking at your application for the appointment of the public defender. It indicated that you wrote down 800 weekly as your take-home.
Yeah, I'm a union worker, so it depends on how the shows come, because we have so many shows getting canceled from the convention center.
Okay,
So, you know, it's rough. I'm a union worker. I'm signed up with 2 different unions.
okay.
So it depends. But right now, that's what it is, because I've been in the warehouse.
Okay, so right now, that's consistent, 800 weekly.
I want to say like 3 months consistent. Like I say, like we have a show coming in now, but it can cancel at any time. So
Okay. All right, well, and so at this point, you'd make too much to qualify for the public defender? So, State, you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set the bond after reviewing the charging affidavit. I'll set the bond at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Jency Taylor, that you maintain a separate residence from her. If she's residing at that West Livingston Street address, you're going to have to live somewhere else.
can I ask? I mean, I'm not disputing the bond. We can't do it at 500.
Okay, I've reviewed the charging affidavit. I'm going to set it at 1,000.
Yes, sir.
So no contact with her, maintain a separate residence. If you need to return to the West Livingston Street address, if she's not, or if she is living there, you can return.
Moved out.
If she's moved out, then that's fine. You can return. If she's living there, you can only go back with law enforcement, okay? Possess no weapons or firearms, consume no drugs or alcohol. Okay. All right, good luck, sir.
All right, thank you. Blessed day.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Marcus Minty.
All right, Mr. Mincy, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Okay. Okay. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll set a bond. I was gonna set it at 500, I'm gonna set it at 1,000. Order you to have no contact with, looks like Ebony Day. Yeah, finally he's in there, okay. No contact with Ebony Day, you maintain a separate residence from her. Consume no alcohol or drugs, possess no weapons. If you need to return, if y'all have that shared address at that El Badado Avenue, you have to live separately from her. You can return there once with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Otherwise, no contact with her, and I'll take no action on the out on bond. Okay, good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Good morning.
What's your name, please?
Lars Rosario.
Mr. Rosario, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask for a $500 bond. It appears he is currently unemployed, but he's been here in the Orlando area for over a year. That's what I can see. I can't see a history, Your Honor, so
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'll set the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you maintain a separate residence from Kendra Tribble. So if she's residing at that Detweiler Drive and Belle Isle address, you're going to have to live somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
You can go back there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings. Don't go back alone. Don't have any contact with her. Don't possess weapons, firearms. Don't consume any alcohol or drugs.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck. All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Andre Brodnix.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on looks like a Seminole County warrant.
Is it a violation of my probation?
I'm trying to figure that out. Yes, it is.
Yeah, because it was from 3
Don't-
years.
Yeah, your attorney would just say don't say it. So at this point, that's it looks like it's a violation of probation on a burglary-related charge. So I'll take no action on the out on bond here in Orange County. It's no bond, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna call Seminole County. They should come pick you up within 24 hours. Morning, sir. Name, please?
Francisco Delestre.
Mr. Delestre, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on a Lake County warrant
Yes, sir.
on a charge of battery on a person 65 years of age or older. The bond is set at none. So they're going to notify Lake County that you're here. They'll come get you within 24 hours.
Sir, but
I can't set a bond.
No, you're fine.
It's a Lake County case.
Yeah.
And the attorney would also tell you, don't say anything right now. It's not gonna, there's nothing you can say that's gonna help right now, okay? All right, good luck.
Andrea Hill is behavior.
All right.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, then, Ms. Hill is on a, it probably looks like it's probably St. Johns County. Okay. All right, so, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll notify St. Johns County. It's a no bond warrant. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Galicia Jr.
Mr. LSA, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on a violation of probation warrant. You were on probation for grand theft of a motor vehicle. Allegations that you violated are that you changed your residence without permission, whereabouts unknown. You are in arrears on fines and fees and costs of supervision. Okay, do you want me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this matter?
In the case of, I got attorney James.
Okay, you've
In
got,
one of
you've
the
got,
cases, yeah.
okay, you've already got an attorney?
In one of the cases, but in the,
Well, let me go ahead and I'll tell you the other case.
okay.
You're also here on a failure to appear. Looks like you missed court in 2020 CF 9316. That's grand theft third degree. You failed to appear for pretrial conference on the 9th of
Yeah.
this month, and that bond is also none. So,
That time I was working, I couldn't make it happen.
well, yeah, that's, so at this point, you've got a private attorney?
It's a public defender, James.
Okay, so if you got a public defender, I'll appoint the public defender in all cases. Okay? And the bond set at none. All right, good luck, sir.
Your Honor, Austin Lyons refused.
All right, Mr. Lyons refused.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. He's got 1, 2, 3 cases, violations of probation on all 3 felonies. I'll appoint the public defender at all, and they're all no bond. And we got some 33-day motions. Okay, first one I've got is,
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
all right, here for initial appearances, and have the counsel for the state, counsel for the public defender, please identify themselves to the record.
Wendy Eugene on behalf of the State Attorney's Office.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Thank you. Right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Holly McNulty.
Holly McNulty, okay. All right, Ms. McNulty, you're here for, this is a Division 63, it's initial appearance. The Office of the Public Defender was previously appointed, or is this an in-jail arraignment? I'm sorry. You've been charged with petty theft with a prior conviction. And what are we doing today, counsel?
Your Honor, we're going to enter a plea of not guilty.
Enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes.
Pretrial conference to be March 10th at 1 p.m., courtroom 10D.
let's go ahead and, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender.
I will waive and enter plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
We'll just set him for a pretrial.
Division 81, pretrial conference, March 11th, 9 a.m., courtroom 4E. Rodney Ziegler, medical.
Ziegler, the Office of the Public Defender was previously appointed.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
We'll set him for pretrial.
Division 61, pretrial conference, March 11th, 1:30 p.m., courtroom 6B.
Also had an Adrian Diaz Torres. Aspire, okay. The Public Defender was previously appointed.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Division 83, pretrial conference, March 7th, 8:30 a.m., courtroom 6C.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Anthony Cornelius McCray III.
Mr. McCray, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for driving with a suspended license with knowledge and having no motor vehicle registration.
Yes, sir.
And are you asking me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case?
Yes, sir, sir. I was unaware that I had a license that was suspended since 2010. I wasn't in the country.
Okay.
And the embassies issued me license other places, so I was unaware. And I just purchased this vehicle just then.
Okay. Well, you've got bonds set at $500 on, I'll set the no motor vehicle registration, I'll set that at $100.
With bond right now, I have no way to contact anybody. Threw my title to my car in the car and my phone in my car and left it in the middle of a neighborhood. I may not even have a car.
Okay.
That's
Well,
just what-
I'm gonna appoint the Office of the Public Defender, and hopefully they can assist you in resolving some of those issues.
No. Your Honor, for the motor vehicle registration, you set a $500 bond?
No, I've reduced it to $100.
Okay, thank you. So you're gonna have to call them. Right there. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Lauren Anderson?
Ms. Anderson, you're here for an arraignment, or excuse me, an initial appearance. You've been arrested for trespass on property after warning. Okay,
Your Honor, there is an offer to resolve the case.
okay.
The offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, no return to Elixir located at 9 Washington Street. I did speak to Ms. Anderson. We went over all the rights she'd be given up. She understands those rights and would like to enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Ms. Anderson, did you review the plea form?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, to that charge of trespass after warning, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you served in jail. I'm going to order you not to return to the bar Elixir, 9 West Washington Street downtown. If you go back and they see you, nothing good's going to come of that, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you 350 days to pay the court cost and cost of prosecution. All right, you've got 30 days to appeal. All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Charles Delphine refused.
Antoine Gibson refused.
No, Charles Delphine.
Oh, okay. I'll get it up. There he is, Mr. Charles Delquan. All right, I'm Mr. Delquan. Trespass, and looks like he's got 2 other. Give me 1 second. he be eligible for mental health pretrial release?
I'm sorry?
Would Mr. Delquan be eligible for mental health pretrial release?
No, yeah, I believe, he's been screened for mental health PTR before,
Yeah.
where he didn't qualify.
Okay. Okay. All right,
Oh, I see him.
I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. We'll waive his appearance today, and I'll take no action on the out on bonds.
Your Honor, I would ask for an ROR in this case.
Well, he's out on 2 other cases.
Oh, okay, I see one. I didn't see the other.
Yeah,
Okay, I see the others.
I'll take no action on those MMs.
Okay.
And just leave the bond as is and appoint the Office of the Public Defender.
Your Honor, can we get a no return, please?
Yeah, there'll be an order of no return.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Antoine Gibson.
Mr. Gibson, you're here for initial appearance.
Your Honor, there's an offer to resolve both cases. For the, I don't have the case number, but for the city case, it is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and on the resisting an officer, 2022 MM984AO, it's an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Mr. Gibson would like to resolve his case and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Gibson, did you have the opportunity to review the charging affidavits on both cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you review the plea form?
Yes, sir.
All right. In the charge of resisting an officer without violence, a first-degree misdemeanor, how do you plead to that?
No contest.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 1 day you've served in jail, and I'll give you 350 days to get the costs paid. And the city ordinance violation, the looks like open container, how do you plead to that charge?
No contest.
I'll withhold adjudication, and it's the city costs and filing fee, and I'll give you 350 days to get that paid also. I'll take no action on the out on bonds. You have 30 days to appeal. Good luck. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Hierro Henson.
All right, Mr. Hinton, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to,
Your Honor, I would, and Mr., is this Hinton? The cannabis does not appear to be, the alleged cannabis does not appear to be tested. Looks like the officer said based on his experience, he is known to be cannabis. So I would ask for an ROR on that charge. There was no test done.
I think that could be sufficient for probable cause. I think that's ultimately could be a question depending on the experience of the officer, whether he can testify something is cannabis or not. So I'll deny the ROR. I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender, and I'll leave the bonds $500 on count 1, the criminal mischief, the paraphernalia $100, and the cannabis $100. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, again, can I ask for no return?
Yes, and no return to the Ying Academic Center, 36 West Pine Street. Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Ryan Scott Lampley.
Mr. Lampley, you're here for initial appearance and arrested for trespass on property after warning.
Your Honor, can I get the case number? Because I don't have.
This is 2022 MM 986 AO.
Thank you. The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, in order to resolve the trespass. I did speak to Mr. Lampe. He would like to enter a plea of no contest and accept the state's offer.
All right, Mr. Lampley, did you review the plea form?
Yes.
Okay. All right, to that charge of trespass after warning, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept the plea, I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for
1 day.
1 day, yeah. And impose the cost, I'll give you 350 days to pay the cost. I'm gonna order you not to return to the Orlando International Airport. You've been trespassed. If you return, expect to get rearrested, okay?
Your Honor, could you add without a valid ticket?
If you have a,
Yeah, I think they're saying if I need to fly to contact them, is what they were saying.
yeah. He's been trespassed, even if I say with a valid ticket, still been trespassed since May of last year.
They did tell me though, the other day, that if I needed to fly to contact them, and they would take the proper procedures to let them go through there.
So I'll leave it as a no return, unless, Mr. Lampley contacts and they agree.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
D6 on.
Not yet, no.
I don't.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please? Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Eric Roberson.
Mr. Roberson, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for resisting an officer without violence, giving false information to law enforcement during investigation, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. Mr. Roberson would like to enter a plea of no contest and accept the state's offer. Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor, we were talking about the hold. I don't know, has it been lifted?
No, it hasn't.
So you still have the hold.
Does he still wish to get the matter resolved?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Roberson, did you review the plea form? That's the document that you signed?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to get this case resolved today with a withhold of adjudication and credit for the 2 days you served in jail? That'll resolve these 3 charges today. Okay. To the charge of resisting an officer without violence, how do you plead?
No contest.
To providing false information to law enforcement, how do you plead?
No contest.
And possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas in all 3. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you served in jail. I'll impose the cost, and I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. Okay, you've got 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing. All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Stewart.
Mr. Stewart, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for resisting an officer without violence, possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. I did speak to Mr. Stewart. He would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right. All right, Mr. Stewart, did you review the plea form?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To the charge of resisting an officer without violence, how do you plead?
No contest.
To the charge of possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis, how do you plead?
No contest.
And to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for the 2 days' time served, order you to pay the cost. I'll give you 350 days to pay the cost. Understand that possession of cannabis That'll suspend your driver's license for a year, okay? All right, you've got 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence. Any appeal must be in writing. I'll take no action on the out on bond. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Kimberly Wozinski.
Ms. Wilzinski, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for trespassing, failing to leave.
And Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to Cash American Pond located at 399 East Main Street. And my client would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Ms. Wilsinski, did you review the plea form that you signed?
Yes.
Okay. To that charge of trespass for failure to leave, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for the 2 days you served in jail. Order you not to return to the Cash American or Cash America Pawn, 399 East Main Street in Popka. Understand if you return, you're just going to get rearrested, okay? Okay, you've got 350 days to pay the cost. All right, you've got 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Yep.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Nicholas Alexander Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for trespass in a structure.
Yes, Your Honor. And the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit, time served. I did speak to Mr. Brown. He understands his rights and would like to enter a plea of no contest.
Do you have any concerns at all about competency after just talking to him?
No, Your Honor. And the recent evaluation said he was competent.
Okay. All right, Mr. Brown, did you have a chance to review the plea form that you signed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, to that charge of trespass in a structure, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. You know, total number of days he has?
I'm so sorry. Give me a moment, Your Honor.
It's fine.
$13 days.
Okay. Give you credit for the 13 days. I'll give you 350 days to get the costs paid and order you not to return to the scene where this happened, okay?
Yes, sir.
You have 30 days to appeal the judgment sentence. Any appeal must be in writing. All right. Good luck, sir.
Jody Mano bonded. Dominguez bonded.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Andres Herrera, Andre Herrera.
All right, so you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for got a DUI, and you're currently out on bond for driving with a suspended license.
Your Honor, in regards to that out on bond, that was entered in error. He pled on that case on May the 27th of 2021.
Okay. Let's-
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release in this case. He has 0 failures to appear. He has community ties. He's been in the area for over a year.
All right, I'll release you on pretrial release with the condition that you not drive without a valid license and that you not consume any alcohol or drugs. Okay? No action on the item one.
Enrique Perez bonded.
Thank you.
David Wong bonded.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Bullard.
Mr. Bullard, you're here for initial appearance. Okay, got four separate cases, each with identical charges, each charging you with aggravated assault with a firearm, and each charging you with shooting or throwing into an occupied vehicle or attempted shooting or throwing into an occupied vehicle. Okay, are you asking me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender in these cases, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I'm hiring an attorney.
Okay. State, you have a position on bond?
Hey, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to set the bond. Let's see, the lowest case number, which is 2022 CF 1750. On that count one, I'm going to set the bond at $2,500. Count two will be stated at $150. These are all going to be rolled into one. So
I have bond for all, sir?
I'm going to give you a bond for all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
The remaining, on the second lowest, the aggravated assault with a firearm, that's going to be subsidiary 150. Shooting or throwing into an occupied vehicle, that's going to be reduced to 150. The third aggravated assault, that'll be 150. Shooting or throwing will be reduced to 150. And the fourth aggravated assault will be subsidiary 150, with count two being reduced to 150.
Sir? I see, can you, like, in the paper, can you put the total together?
What's that?
He's asking for the total amount of the bond, Your Honor.
2,500 plus 7 times $150.
Thank you.
The bondsman will do it for you.
$3,500.
In addition, I'm going to order you have no contact with any victims or witnesses, possess no weapons or firearms.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Elia Anthony Castillos.
Castillos, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Been arrested pursuant to a warrant for grand theft of a motor vehicle. And that allegation comes from October 23rd of last year. You're out on bond. That occurred after that. So I'll take no action on the out on bond. On the grand theft, the new bond is $2,500. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Elder. Terrence Elder.
Mr. Elder, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for 2 counts of grand theft, 3rd degree, 2 counts of criminal mischief.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release, given he has I don't see any convictions or 0 failures to appear here. Looks like he has one arrest out of county. I would ask for pretrial release.
Given the lack of history, I'll release you on pretrial release with the condition that you not return to the scene. Dockside Inn, 7125 Universal Boulevard.
Your Honor, there's a co-defendant, and I would ask that there be no contact between with the co-defendant.
I'll also order you to have no contact with the co-defendant. And what's the co-defendant's name?
It is.
We're gonna see him in a minute. That's Jose Antonio Martinez.
Yes, I told him, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Say my name.
Evelyn, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for possession of methamphetamine. Going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Bond set at $1,000. Is he? Okay. Would he otherwise qualify for a pretrial release? That looks like they haven't been able to contact.
Well, he didn't really provide us any information
Okay.
either, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll leave bond at $1,000. Appoint the public defender. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Joe Baptiste.
Mr. Jean Baptiste, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for driving with a suspended license as a habitual traffic offender. And that bond set at $2,500. You want me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I actually have a attorney already hired.
All right, now I see you're currently out on bond on a case of driving with the same charge. You're set for trial later this month. So I'm going to revoke that bond and set that bond at none, so you can contact the attorney. That attorney can contact the judge to try to get a new bond. Okay?
So I'm being revoked, the bond?
Yes. It's the same charge, so I'm revoking that bond, and the judge that you're set for trial on, if your attorney files a motion, may reconsider giving you the bond back. Okay. All right, good luck. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Jose Martinez.
Mr. Martinez, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for 2 counts of grand theft, 2 counts of criminal mischief. What did I say? Oh, there's bond. Did I change it? Okay, all right. Okay, so he doesn't qualify for pretrial release. Okay, so I'm going to leave the bond on count 1 at $5,000. The other 3 counts I'm going to reduce to subsidiary bond amounts at $150 each. Order you not to return to the dockside inn, 7125 Universal. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the co-defendant, Mr. Elder. All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon, may I have your name, please?
Sanaya McCaskill.
Ms. McCaskill, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant.
Your Honor, she does qualify for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release in this case.
Let's see. All right, I'll release you on pretrial release with the conditions that you not return to the scene, have no contact with the victims. And I'll appoint the public defender. All right, good luck.
Felix Molina refused, Your Honor.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, on Mr. Molina, waive the appearance. He's got bond set at $1,000 on count one, $100 on count two. Those will be stayed.
Sir?
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Kevin Marino, Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Moreno. You're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Mm-hmm.
You've been charged or arrested for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Bonds are going to be stayed at $1,000 on count one and $100 on count two.
Okay.
All right? Good luck, sir.
Yes, sir. Is there a bond? Do I get a, can I get a bond?
Yep, you've got a bond.
Okay, all right. So it's 1,100 to get out? Okay, okay.
Donovan Murray's in the hospital, Your Honor.
Mr. Murray's in the hospital.
Can we have him reset 24 hours from release to the hospital, Your Honor?
Yeah, we'll reset within 24 hours. Okay.
Jean Novaru is bonded.
Overrule is bonded, thank you. Good afternoon, your name, please?
Darius Smith.
Popped up, okay. It's fine. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Lee Richardson.
Mr. Richardson, you're here for initial appearance. You have been arrested pursuant to a warrant. Charges fleeing or attempting to elude and driving with a suspended license. Okay. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Does the defense have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Give me just 1 second.
I believe these are add-ons.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $2,500 on count one and $500 on count two. All right, good luck, sir.
Sir, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Darius Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for carrying a concealed firearm. The bond's set at $2,500. All right. What are you, not to possess any weapons or firearms in addition to that bond that I'm saying? All right. Wi-
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Williams waived his appearance, and he has bonds that'll be stayed at $5,000 on the possession of firearm by convicted felon, $150 each on the possession of ammunition and the MDMA. He's appointed.
He also has the, being in the parks after hours case.
Oh, being in the park after hours, I'll ROR him on that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further from defense, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.